And good morning. It is Wednesday. I am excited to be back on here. My hair is another story. I'm getting a haircut tonight, but it's too long. I went, quick side story on hair, by the way. Um, Went last week, took my son and I, and we got haircuts. And so, like, the sides are all trimmed up and nice. But the girl that was cutting my hair, I think it was her first haircut, maybe ever. And I know they're supposed to be licensed and go through like cosmetology school and stuff like that, but she'd never done men's hair with clippers or anything, and she's working around my head with the clippers, and it's just clear she's never done it before. So I talked with the other person that was there. I was like, I'm not really comfortable with her finishing this. She doesn't seem to know what she's doing. And the girl came over, gave her a couple tips, and then walked away again. And I was like, all right, that's enough. So I kindly just told her, I said, no, I think it looks great. Let's just be done. And I asked her to be done. But like all of this is still way, way too long for me normally. I might keep it a little longer. But yeah, it's just I'm kind of in this weird transition between haircut and not haircut. Because I just ran out of the place basically. But my son was with the other person who'd been there and had a lot of experience or whatever. So his hair looks nice. But that's what's going on with my hair. So the sides are trimmed, but the top is way too long. And thankfully, I'm getting a new one tonight. My wife has a hairstylist she's been going to forever, and she said, "Why don't you just go to her?" Okay, so I'm gonna go to her tonight. We'll see how that goes. So tomorrow, new hair. Also, did this thing today. Got myself a haircut. Not a haircut, a vote. Went and voted for the president as well as all of the other offices that are up for election right now this morning. Here in Ohio, they open early voting about a month ahead of time, maybe a little even more than that. And so we had to drive about 35 minutes to get to the place in our county. We live in the very corner of a county, and it's in the center. And so we had to drive all the way in. Did our voting this morning. It was a decent line. It opened at 8 a.m. and we got there right at 8, and we were probably 20 people deep, so it wasn't terrible. But I can only imagine as it gets closer and closer to election day, it's going to get more and more crowded. But I don't see any reason in going on election day if I don't have to. And I'm still voting in person, so that's also very cool. Yeah, Gold Zulu, we don't do politics here. We can talk about whatever, however, but we don't talk politics here, though. I'm sure if you've watched this stream long enough, you've gotten a good feel for where I stand. So, with that, got some really exciting news yesterday afternoon. I haven't spent a lot of time talking about this here on the stream, but I want to make sure you guys are aware. As an Amazon employee, anything that I build or write is generally the property of Amazon unless otherwise agreed upon. And so this Chatsino I've been writing under the assumption that I will get legal approval to use it as my own and publish it and do all that stuff. Well, yesterday I got that approval. And so we are now greenlit. There's nothing holding us back now from trying to publish this thing. And based on some things that we discussed yesterday and last week, I think we're going to go towards that sooner than later. So my plan here is to clean up a few things that we still need to do, but I'm going to scale back my initial launch scope to just video poker, slots, and roulette. Those will be our first 3 launch games. Obviously, we're most of the way done with craps. We've started blackjack, but we can back those out. At least just turn off the intents, and we'll be good to go. So I think that's my plan, is to back out the craps and the blackjack for now. That gives me an opportunity in 3 months or 6 months to launch a new game, right? That's new content, new release. So I think it makes sense to not blast away everything right at the beginning. It keeps people's attention, lets them know that there's new things, new excitement, whatever. So that's all fantastic news. So I think what I'm going to do today is finish up my roulette tests, something that we were working on yesterday before I got interrupted by a phone call. And then I'm going to go through and remove those intents, and then I'm going to go through the... what's the best way to say this? I'm going to go through the certification data. So all of the stuff that I need to get things to be at a point where it can be certified. And then today and tomorrow, I'm going to be taking volunteers to be part of a beta. And I think we'll beta test it maybe for the rest of the month just to get a feel for how real people play it and use it. And I'm sure a lot of you would like an opportunity to do this on your Alexa devices. So, lots of excitement. On top of that, are you guys, has anybody bought anything on Prime Day? We talked a little bit about it yesterday, but I left so quickly yesterday that I didn't really get a chance to talk about this. So, what did everybody buy on Prime Day? Anything good? I got 24-ish Echo Dots. I got an Echo Show 5. I got an Echo Show 8. A couple of Blink Mini cameras that came free with an Echo Dot. Because they were crazy cheap. Like crazy cheap. And I bought them all as giveaways. So all of these dots that I have sitting here, I have like a whole box of them next to me. All of these boxes, all these dots are going to need to go somewhere. So we're gonna have to do some giveaways. And one of the things I wanted to check. Let's see if she knows. Alexa, how many weeks are left this year?
There are 11.2 weeks until 2021.
There's only 11 weeks left in this year? Goodness. All right. Well, maybe we do like twice a week. I was thinking I'd use these up this year. So let's do it twice a week, starting next week. So that'll give us 11 weeks left. And I don't know how weeks like Thanksgiving and the end of the year holidays will work, but I'll figure those out as we get there. But let's try to do 2 a week. So we'll do an Echo Dot a couple days a week. I don't know what days they'll be. They'll probably have to mix it up. Want people to show up to try to win, but also to watch and whatever. So we'll use those for that. These Blink mini cams, I don't know if they're going to be any good. I hope they're good. It reminds me that I really need to get a better setup here in my office. I have this awesome camera angle that shows the whole room, but I don't have the camera hooked up right now. I need to run that whole wire. And then once that wire's up, I can plug it in and use it as an additional camera input. We'll have to do that. All right. So that's enough of that. Let's jump over here, and we can talk about some of the stuff that we've been doing. I don't really need this to be very big. Let's get that out of my way. This down a little bit. It's nice to be able to see what I'm streaming. There we go. Yeah, it can be like the NFL and have like 17 angles of the stream. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It'd be cool if I could let you guys choose which angle you see, but I don't think I have that ability. If I had multiple streaming machines, I guess I could have multiple streams and you could pick your stream, but I think I have to pick the stream that you see here. So LJ says, if you work at Amazon, do they own my Alexa code? No, they don't own anything that you have. It's just because I work at Amazon, that's part of our employment agreement, being in a technical role, that any software or anything that I do that we haven't previously agreed upon is their property. So that's pretty common at most big tech companies. Because there's always the possibility that I'll come up with some new awesome idea while I work there, and they don't want me to just run off with that stuff. So I have to get permission to do this side project, which I now have. Anyway, that is where we're at. Yesterday, what I did was we started this chunk. This is where we went through and we basically built out a bunch of arrays to collect counts. And then we increment those counts based on the results that the user has in in our data table, which is all these spins. And I've been testing it a little bit this morning. And so those achievements are working. I'm not done with those yet, but I think what we should do first. Oh, I wanted to show this too because I think this is amazing. Check out Craps is actually a really good example of this. See how well I can zoom in. If I go big, how big? Yeah, look at this. So it's this bottom thing. So they have tools in Airtable at the bottom of every column. You can come in here and say, give me how many were filled or how many are empty or whatever. But look at this. I didn't realize this existed because I don't use a lot of number fields. But they have these histograms. And I can hover over it even, and it'll tell me, well, let's go back. There's been 12 occurrences of 4. There's been 14 occurrences of 3. So this gives me this beautiful little histogram right here to show me for die 1, when someone plays craps, what does the histogram look like for that? For die 2, what does the histogram look like? And for the total, what does the histogram look like? And I think it's really rare that like 7 actually hasn't been rolled. Now I don't have a lot of data yet, but I would expect these histograms to kind of follow the bell curve as we get more and more data. But it's super awesome that they just add this as a feature right here in Airtable. I think that's just an incredible little thing for me to be able to see. And so I'm doing the same thing with roulette, but you can see here that it actually groups them. So I can say like, come on, give me the things with the things. There we go. So 2 values between, or like this one, 3 values between 6 and something. I guess I'm cutting that off the screen, probably because I'm too zoomed in. But yeah, pretty awesome. I didn't even realize that existed, but that's pretty awesome. Even very small like this, I can get a quick visualization that like what numbers are being spun and rolled, and same with craps. Right? We can just see it. I think that's pretty awesome. Gold Zulu's going off. Did I miss a chat message? What's the oh no? Oh, Rick lost all his money. That is oh no. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's look at our to-do list and talk about what we really want to do before publication. So I'm going to move these off my list. We still have some APL that we're going to need to do. Yeah, your balance is oh no, that's for sure. I still really need to do this piece. This is a lot of work also. I'll probably do this off camera. Legal approval to publish from Amazon. That's got an X. And I definitely need to revisit all the help messages to make sure that those are doing something accurate. So we're close. We're real close. So let me finish up these achievements first. I think this is a good place to start. So I got, you can see that I have achievements for individual number spins, black and red. Although I didn't actually do the achievements. This is all the incrementing. So down here's where I actually do the achievement piece. I have red, black, even, and odd, but I haven't done the others yet. So, boy, how do I want to do the spin count one? I feel like I'm going to have to loop through that again. Well, let's work on that one because that's a good one to think about. So let's do individual numbers. So we're going to have to do a for loop here. Let I equal 0. I is less than or equal 37. I plus plus. Okay. Actually, we could probably filter this. No, I can't filter it down because of the way the numbers work. And then we're going to have in here something like this. Includes spin count I, and then we'll have these. So I'll have to create these achievements too. This is going to be a crazy number of achievements. So this gets me where I need to be. So we're going to say odd. No, this is roulette. How do I want to name these? I guess I can just call it 0. Well, it won't be 0, it'll be I. So let's do that. And then we can take the value of the spin count. So just to be clear on what I'm doing here, when I give someone an achievement, what I do is called data.giveAchievement. I pass in the user, the person that did it, and then I pass in the name of the achievement that they've accomplished. And this is just a string name. You can see those string names here if I go to the achievement table. So you can see that they all have unique names like this. So slots 3 grapes 1 or poker pair 5. These are all, poker pair is the kind of achievement you got, and then how many you got is the 5. And so what I do when I call that is I just say, oh, well, they got, like if we look at the game one here, roulette spin 1 or roulette spin 5, right? And so this lets me say, oh, they had 5 spins or 10 spins or 25 spins, and I give them that achievement. Now, if I pass in a string that doesn't exist in the database, then it does nothing, and it just assumes that there was no achievement gotten for the user. But if the achievement does exist, it enters the record into the database, it saves all that stuff, brings the achievement record back for me actually so that I can tell the user what achievement they got. And then at the end here I pass an array of all of the achievements they just got back to the service, which in this case is Alexa. So with this one, what I'm doing is looping through all of the numbers and saying, hey, do they have anything that hit 1, 5, 10, 15, 25, 50, or 100? And so for that, I need a ton of achievements, like a ton. This is actually going to be a real pain in my butt to enter them all. But if it's 37, we have to do something weird. If I equals 37, I equals -1. That's actually going to create an infinite loop for me. So we'll do something like this too. We'll do a const should stop equals false, and then in here I can say should stop equals true if should stop I equals 37 again. Okay, so that gives me an opportunity to match up my data because I treated 00, which is on the roulette wheel, as -1, which looking back was probably a mistake, but that's okay. So what I'm doing here is just accommodating for that. So what I do is when I loop through all of the numbers that you've spun, if you got, where do I do that? Yeah, if your spin was -1, then I set 37 to 1. All right, so we've got that. We now are setting achievements for individual numbers. This should explode based on the data that I have right now. So let's just see what happens when we run this. Spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on 28. You didn't have any coins on the table.
Oh.
You didn't win anything.
The achievements
but you
aren't
also
in the
didn't
database.
lose anything, right? You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 17,851. What would you like to do now?
So you can see that for each of these achievements, I have 6 of them. I need to come in here and I need to, good morning, W. Giorgio. I need to create 6 more records. And these are going to all be odds. All right, and then we can take these. And then for these, you just spun an even. These need to be odd also. How do we update our skill description? Well, that's just part of the data that's in your skill.json, W. Giorgio. So if I come way down here, go to, where's the skill package, asset, no, not even asset, skill.json. Your description's right here. After it's live, well, you can make the modifications to your development version and then try to push it in. You'd have to go through certification again. There's no easy way to update it without going through cert again, but that's how you'd have to do it. You could either update it right in the portal, or you could do it here locally if you're working locally. But yeah, it has to go through cert again, unfortunately. Because what they don't want people to do is get through certification and then go update their description to be a totally different skill or a totally different thing, right? That stuff all has to go through cert. Okay, so I have the evens and the odds. This is going to be hard to do all of these numbered ones. So let me do the other achievements. I mean, we're doing it. This is it. But let's talk about the other easy ones. So we have, what do I call them? Top and bottom. So this will be top. This will be bottom. And this is roulette top. And this is roulette bottom. And this is going to be top, bottom, count. This one's 0, 0. And like that, those two are now clicking. And then we can take the same thing for high, middle, low. So this will be low. This will be middle. Low, middle, high. Low, middle, high. And then we need one for high. So this is 2. This is the one that has 3 states. And high. Okay. So by having done that, we are now checking for all those achievements. So now I need to go add those to the database. So we can take odd, just take all of this. And this first one will be, what did I call it in code? Top, bottom, low, middle, high. Top, bottom, I want to make sure I'm doing these in the right order. Okay, that all looks good. So this is going to be roulette, top 1. We'll have to, how do we want to write this? Maybe this is too many achievements. I don't know if it's too many achievements, but no, let's do it. You just spun a top half number for the first time. Top half. You just was your 25th top half spin. You have spun top half numbers 50 times. That was your 100th top half spin. Okay, we can do that, and then we got to do the same thing for bottom half. So again, this is going to be bottom. Cool. This gets me almost done. So then let's do these. You spun a bottom half. The roulette wheel hit a bottom half. You just spun a bottom. That was your 25th bottom. You spun bottom half, and this was your 100th. Yeah, I'm going to be cleaning all of that up, Corey. Bottom half spin. Okay. We're getting there. Corey, are you familiar with the column bets in roulette? I don't know how much you play roulette outside of this little casino. Now we need to do the same thing. So column bets are a set of specific numbers. Roulette column bets. So when you look at a table, a column, unfortunately it's presented as rows, but a column is 1, 2, and 3. So this is column 1, this is column 2, column 3, but it's this entire set of numbers you can make a bet on. So when you say make a bet on column 3, you're betting on 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and on. When you say bet on column 1, you're betting on that entire set of numbers, and you can see that it pays 2 to 1. So it's better than red and black, but it's not as good as the odds would present because it's a little less than 3 to 1. So that's what columns 1, 2, and 3 are. And I didn't have a good way to indicate them because in roulette, you don't often say these things. You just put your chips on the table. But where you'd be putting your chips would be on these 2 to 1 boxes. That's how you'd say what column you want. But the reason that I named them 1, 2, and 3 is because they have the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in them. And I thought that was a kind of a better way to at least be clear about it. I don't know that I'm being super clear. But that's something that roulette doesn't have. The other thing that my roulette game does not have is the ability to play it like right here, right? Straddling lines. So you in roulette, you can also bet like 11, 12, 14, 15 by just putting it on this intersection. My game does not permit that, doesn't have a way to accommodate it. It's not that it doesn't permit it, I just didn't build anything. You can also straddle lines, like I want to bet on 11 and 12, and so you put one chip on 11 and 12, and it basically just cuts your odds in half, but doubles your opportunity. So instead of being 35 to 1, you end up with like 17 to 1. 2009 Detroit Roulette. That's amazing that we did that so 11 years ago. But yeah, so that's we have all the others though, right? Top half and bottom half, what I'm working on right now, is 1 to 18, 19 to 36. The next ones I'm going to do are high, middle, low, and that's first 12, second 12, third 12. So I'll probably call them that. You have a middle 12, a top 12, or a bottom 12. And then, of course, we have even, odd, red, black. So all of those, though, lose to a 0. And if we go to more images, a lot of roulette tables now have, have the double 0. And so double 0 is also a penalty, obviously. So this is, they call them dozens. Interesting. I'm not calling them dozens, but maybe I'll add some synonyms for that. Anyway, that is how this is all structured. That's what these bets are. And you can make all of those bets in this game, and it pays out properly and recognizes whether or not you won and all that. But most people just bet red or black, odd, even, that kind of stuff. That's basic, 50% kind of stuff. Okay, so we did low, middle, high. But I need to do the achievements in the database. So let's go back and finish those. And then we'll be good to go. Whoa. Corey, that's a big bet. 2.5 million. It's a good thing you won. So, okay, so now this one's going to be low. Okay, this is going to be, we're going to call these, instead of bottom half, it's going to be a low 12. You just spun a low 12 number for the first time. We'll just use that. The roulette wheel hit a low 12 number for the fifth time. You just spun a bottom half low 12. You spun low 12 numbers 50 times. That was your 100th low 12 spin. Okay, so now knowing that I'm going to call that in the game, I probably should go add some synonyms. To my slots. So if we look at our slot types and we look at roulette position, I have these all in here. We have these called row 3, row 2, row 1, and column 3, column 2, column 1, so that's good. Double 0 and 0 are there, and then we have all these actual numbers, and then if we keep going, we have red, black, even, odd, bottom, top. So 19 to 36, top half, that's good. Low, middle, high is something I hadn't thought about. High third, 25 to 36, top third. We want to add another synonym that is top 12 and high 12 and upper 12. This one needs to be middle 12. Middle dozen. I should probably do that too. And what else would we call this? Middle 12, middle dozen, middle third. This could be top dozen. Sounds like people call it that. High dozen. Upper dozen. Okay. And then low, we're going to have low dozen, low 12, bottom dozen, bottom 12, lower 12. No, I think that's probably it. Okay, so let's get that built and rolling. And in the meantime, we can add some more data to the database. Anyone get any good Prime Day buys? Yeah, I got some clothes actually that were really affordable, like $7 sweatshirts and like button downs. I don't have them in here with me now, but I thought a lot of the Echo device deals were pretty good, Mr. Smoothie. I got a whole bunch of these, and they had some of these for $18, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I got an Echo Show 8 also. That doesn't come till Friday though. I got one Echo Show 5, but all of these are going to be giveaways. So I've already expensed them. I've actually already got the money in my bank account. That's how fast they've moved on expenses, because nobody travels anymore. Normally it takes like 3 or 4 days to get my expenses back, but I already got confirmation last night that they've run through my expense report and sent the money. All right, so that's low. So now we need to do middle and high. And this is going to put us really close, if not over. Here, speaking as an Amazon employee, I got the Alexa microwave, the Alexa smart oven. I think that's what you're talking about. It got really hot, like uncomfortably hot on the outside, and it was big. There's a couple of things I didn't like about it. It's not compatible with it's not the size of a microwave you would put over your stove. It's smaller than that, but it's still huge. And so, yeah, I really struggled with that. On top of the fact that it got so hot, I don't know that I would want to mount it in some cabinets unless I want some char marks. So I got one right when it came out last year, and then ended up returning it because it just doesn't. It got so hot. You want Alexa to built-in indoor cycle? That would be pretty cool. I know that we had. I thought we had a. Somebody was making a Peloton competitor that we were working with, but I don't know this. It's not certainly it's not an Alexa bike for sure. Middle 12 roulette wheel hit a middle. You spun a middle 12. That was your 25th middle 12 spin. You spun middle. What was your 100th? Middle 12 spin. Okay. Echelon sounds right. But it's an Amazon bike. Like it's not related to Alexa or Echo or anything in any way. So don't think that you're getting an Alexa bike because you're certainly not. Okay, and then this is going to be top. Okay, you just spun a low 12. You just hit a low 12. You just spun a low, no, not low, top. So the Alexa oven is basically the cornballer from Arrested Development, yes. I don't know if it's that hot. I don't want to make it seem as dangerous as the cornballer. That was crazy dangerous, but it did get. I mean, at least the one we had got really hot. So we also didn't have a need for an air fryer at the time, and I think that also had some effect on it. But yeah, I just felt like it took up a ton of counter space, more than we wanted. Keep in mind, we already have a microwave. We already have an oven in our kitchen. So this felt like a huge appliance that wasn't doing a fantastic job of justifying its space. Okay, now I have all of those achievements in. Let's try it one more time and see what we get this time. I should get a ton of achievements, I would think.
The wheel landed on 25. You didn't have any coins on the table. You didn't win anything, but you also didn't lose anything, right? You lost a total of 0 coins, which brings your total to 17,852. You got 2 achievements. You just spun odd for the 10th time. You get 100 bonus coins. You just spun a bottom half number for the 10th time. You get 100 bonus coins. What would you like to do now?
Nice. So bottom half and odd are definitely working. And because these are all pretty formulaic, it should be pretty obvious. So this is a tricky one. I've got this here. I'm going to comment it out for now. Only because that's going to require me to add 6 times, like 200 more achievements just for all the numbers that are on the roulette table. Maybe I don't need that many achievements. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I have an achievement for every possible number you can spin on roulette and give you some bonus coins like the 5th time that you hit the same number? I suppose that's kind of fun. I've got all the code written. I just need to add the achievements to the database. I'm trying to talk myself out of that. All right. Well, let's go to our to-do list because we're going to say achievements is. Am I going to say achievements are done? Yeah, I'm going to say achievements are done because they could be done. And then I'll add a new item down here at the bottom, which is Add roulette achievements for each individual number. I probably should do it for at least for 0 and 00. So let me go do those. These will be some long-running achievements you'll never get. These will be some of the rarer ones for sure. So we're going to call this roulette 01. You just spun 0 for the first time. Your roulette wheel hit 0 for the 5th time. You just spun 0 for the 10th time. That was your 25th 0 spin. You've spun 0 50 times. That was your 100th 0 spin. No one's ever getting that. No one's ever getting 100 0 spins. That's just not going to be a thing. Okay. Statistically, you'd have to get it 1 out of every 37. Best case scenario, you get 1 0 every 37 spins if it's a perfect distribution. And then you need 100 of those. So you'd need 3,700 spins in a perfect world. That's the least number of spins I think you could do statistically. You aren't very lucky. Here are 1,000,000 coins. Yeah, I could do that. We know that both of these are going to be really tough to get. I could see bumping that up. Let's do everything by. We'll do these by 10. If you want to add ISPs to your life skill, you could add all that logic to the code and push it, but the ISP won't work until it goes through certification. Correct. But yes, all of that stuff could be there, living, waiting, and then it's just a matter of getting through cert. So these need to be 00. Yeah, let's just make these all 100x or 10x. Sorry. Because I am going to feel bad for these people. Be interesting to see who can get those achievements first. Okay, so that's 0 and 00. I would still need to do 1 through 36. I don't want to do that right now, but we will do it eventually. So let's go back to here and add it for each individual number. 0 and 00 are done. Okay. So let's see what else we need to do here. Well, I wanted to go through the certification stuff, so let's go do that. So if we look at distribution, I've got some things I need to do here. For example, like come up with an icon and all that stuff. But Chatsino is going to be the name of our skill. Let's think about some. GiveBot is not available right now, unfortunately. I will have to repair GiveBot when I... So here's the steps I want to take here, Corey. I want to get this Alexa skill into beta. Then I would imagine most of my streams will be there fixing things that people find in beta, bugs they find, whatever. Once we get it published, though, once this skill is published, then my plan is to start rebuilding the chatbot here. So we're a few weeks away from Mr. Smoofy getting reset. And not even reset, like, we'll just be shifting over to a different database. So that will be coming soon. And when I do that, then I will rebuild the give functionality so that it works properly. Rick, do you just need some money? I mean, I can still give people money. I just have to do it manually. Corey was trying to give you 100,000. He keeps betting. I can't find him. There he is. All right, Rick, your balance has been updated. Check your balance. See how it looks now. There you go. Look at that. He just leaped up the leaderboard. All right, so I want to get into the certification stuff. So let's focus, Jeff. Focus. A complete voice-enabled casino. Play slots, video poker, and roulette. Play slots, video poker, and roulette. This is a complete casino experience. Sound effects. Prize. I can't say prizes. Sound effects. Achievements. And all of your favorite casino games are right here. You can play video poker, slots, and roulette with your voice. This game is also compatible with the... No, I'm not going to put any of that stuff in there yet. I'll update it later. Example phrases. Alexa, open Chatsino.
First, you need to finish linking your Capital One account in
Alexa.
your Alexa app. You'll know you're
Alexa.
done when you...
Stop. Bet 5 on poker. Bet 10 on red. Okay. So we'll start with those. What are you talking about? Doesn't contain a sample utterance. I believe that it does. If I say, if I look at my intents, we have the start roulette intent. Bet 10 on red is right there. Is it my roulette position because it's capitalized? It's not even capitalized. Bet 10 on red is absolutely a sample utterance that should work. What are you talking about? Bet 10 on red. You start with 100 coins. Can you climb the leaderboard? This is 100% a valid statement. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's look at our other intents for roulette. But that's okay? Whatever. Bet 10 on red is right there. Okay. Well, that seems to be okay now. Keywords: casino, poker, cards, games, gamble, gambling, video poker, roulette, slots, slot machine, wager, bet, does that even work? It does, thank you. Okay, now we got to come up with our icon. So I've kind of done this. We have this website, and I feel like maybe I just want to take this. All right, make this the icon. I kind of like that font. Oh, I didn't do that right. Let's do this. Okay, so if we come in here now, well, I'm gonna have to open that in like Photoshop or something. So let's go do some Photoshop time. There's no bottle of water in here today. I'm so thirsty. Okay. Got that. Create new. For my clipboard is fine. So I think we really want to take. Let's make sure we get this right. The sizing for this stuff. It's 512 and 108. So let's start with the 512. File, new. Should have just done this in the first place. 512 by 512. Resolution can be 72. Doesn't matter what the background is. Create. So let's paste this in here. Image. Where's transform? There we go. Scale. Nope. Edit. Transform. Scale. Hold the right button down now. Okay. Let's get our background color. Get our paint bucket. Color our background the right color. And that looks gorgeous. Alright, so that will be our save as. No, not. Yeah, well, let's save it as first. So in GitHub, I think I have a Chatsino Alexa. Is that where I want to put it? Yeah, that's fine. I don't have an art folder yet. Okay. Do now. And then here, this will be logo. And then we will take this image size, pixels please, 108, okay. Goodness, that's small, okay. File, export, PNG. And we're gonna do logo 108, and then we'll back up. File, export, PNG, logo 512. Okay, so that lets me save this and close it. Don't need this. Photoshop can quit. And we can grab our small icon from that new folder, which is here, and then art, logo 108, and then we choose logo 512. Okay. This is games and trivia. Man. What kind of games are these? I can't believe they don't have a casino game option here. What do I choose? Education is right. Games and trivia. I would like to just choose games. I guess card games, but I like video poker is the only real card game. I'm just thinking if people are looking for games like mine, they're not going to look in these other categories. Card games is probably the most likely. So we'll choose card games, I guess. Save. No, I do not let them spend any real money. Does this collect personal information? No. Is it targeted to children under 18? No. Does it contain advertising? No. You can export it. No specific instructions. Here, no specific instructions needed. Save and continue. We're already here to beta test, huh? Did we do everything we need to do? We are. Awesome. Chat Sino at jeffblankenberg.com. And okay. Now I want to try a cool thing that I haven't tried before. Let's do Ask Smappy Skill Manifest. There is a way. Let's just do Smappy command reference. Hey startup, good morning. Smappy command, and as we look through this list, there is like get skill manifest. And I think all I need is the skill ID. So let's see if this actually works. If we come over here, we can kill this and say this instead with a -s, and then my skill ID, which of course I don't know off the top of my head. Namaste to you. Copy skill ID, perfect. That's going to go here. Does that work? Shut up. No, see, that doesn't do what I want it to do. These are the things, it makes me so angry. So, for any of you that have worked in a large development team, you say things like, I need a way to get a copy of my skill.json file from the dev portal locally to my development environment. And they say, oh yeah, it does that. It's right here. Use this command. Well, I just used that command, and what it does is it dumps it to the command line for me. I mean, that's great, but why couldn't you just drop it in the file for me? Now I have all of that stuff. Hawk2000, good morning. Or good afternoon to you, I suppose. All right, so we were at least able to bring a copy of it down. I mean, that's not terrible, but I just want to replace the file. That's what I'm asking for. Okay. That's what I think, too. It should put it in a file, not just drop it in the CLI for me. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. That's there. I have my to-do list. I still have a lot of stuff I want to do, but I don't think these things are keeping me from beta testing this. And I really want to know how this scales. So W Georgia, what this is right here, maybe. I use this smappy command to get my skill manifest, basically your skill.json file. I use this command to get it, and I was thinking that it would bring it down and save it to my skill.json file for me. That is not what it does. It just writes it out to the CLI for you. Again, it's a minor step. I had to copy and paste it out. It's fine. But it just seems like I just want it to go into that file. Yes, I'm sure I could do all of that. I'm just saying, like, we built all of these tools. Why not make them work in a way that's convenient for developers? So, all right. How do you guys feel about beta testing? You guys want to do some beta testing? I think we're ready. So what I need from you, if you want to do beta testing, is I'm going to jump off of screen here. So I'm going to go to this view. Anybody that would like to try this on their Alexa devices, what I need you to do is send me a private message on Twitch. I have my messages open right now. And what I need is your Amazon Alexa email address, the address that you use to like set up your devices and likely shop on Amazon, all that stuff. If you will send me that email address as a private message, I will add you to the beta list, and I will reply with a link that you can follow. Where's the... Mr. Smoofy has done so. I've got your address already. Let's see who else I've got messages from. W. Giorgio's in. This is me trying to keep your email addresses private. Anybody else want in on the early beta of this? Let's see if I've got anybody else yet. Got two. W. Giorgio, Mr. Smoofy. Anyone else want to send me their email address to be part of this early beta? If you just click on my name almost anywhere, I think you can choose to message me. Startup, I just sent you a private message, so you can just reply to that. Although I don't know how this will work for you because I've only built this for English US. Actually, I just realized that. So this may not work very well for you. Eventually, I'll roll it out to the other English locales, but I haven't done that yet. So I'll send it to you. I'm interested to know your experience. But it may not work. Okay, I've got 3. It's a good start. Corey, got your message. Yeah, it's just that managing the multiple locales and stuff can be a little tricky. So at least early in this beta, I'm only going to have English US, and I'll add the rest of them when we're ready to go live, because that won't be very hard. I just have to create a different manifest for each one. I think there's even a way where as I publish, I can just say, make this available for all the English locales. So, yeah, you can change your locale in the Alexa app. For even, I think, by device even. But you may have to have a different login. I think you have to indicate what your like you might have to have a different account. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Okay, I'm going to enable beta testing. Maybe maybe this is the point at, here, we can go back to this. Maybe this is the point at which it tells me whether or not I'm allowed to do that, but let's see. There we go. Beta testing is good to go. I'm not going to show any email addresses, so I won't scroll up. Now, it's supposed to send you an email, but I don't trust that it'll send an email. So I'm going to drop, I'll drop this link to each of you, because you'll need to enable this skill basically on your account. Okay, the Ford of you. Oh, Code It Live is here with 16 people. Well, this is a tremendous opportunity. Welcome, everybody. We are in the middle right now of getting a beta skill. Ed Charbonneau, good morning, man. Good morning, my friend. I'm in the process right now of finishing up an Alexa skill that is an entire casino. So right now we have video poker, slots, and roulette. But we're going to be adding craps and blackjack in the near future as well. And so you can see that some people are playing it right here in the chat. But for those of you that have joined us from Code It Live, this is something that I've built as an Alexa skill as well. And so I'm just recruiting people that would like to be beta testers in this. And so if you have an Alexa device, if you have an Alexa device and you'd like to beta test this skill, I'm sure there are still some rough edges, but in general, I would love to have as many people kind of give this a run as possible. So if you will send me a private message here on the Twitch, I will send you, I'll add your email address to the thing. Okay, Mr. Smoofy, that's perfect that you got that. Some people don't always get the email, so that's why I like to send the link out too. But if any of you that are joining us from Code It Live would like to be a part of this also, all that's required is that you have an Alexa device. And even that isn't really required, because if you'd like to try it from your phone or from the Amazon app or whatever, you can do it there also. So hit me up on the private messages here on Twitch, and I will get you all added. What I need from you is your email address that you use with Amazon, because that's what you'll want to use when you're using Alexa all the time anyway. So pretty cool. That's where we're at. So again, welcome to everybody. Thank you for the stream, not the stream, the raid, Ed. Always good to have you. Hopefully I'll get to see you again soon in person. That would be super nice. But in the meantime, let's talk about what our next steps are. Actually, one of the things I really want to see is the data. Has anyone actually gotten into the skill yet? Let's see if what our user table looks like. No, wrong table, Jeff. User table. Nobody's in yet. The requested skill did not provide a valid response. Interesting. Let's see. Alexa, open Chatcino. Oh, I know why. I know why this isn't working. Because I've been running it here locally on my machine. So what we're going to do here is say ask deploy. And this is going to push all the code up to my my Lambda function where it will run in perpetuity. We don't need to worry about it being here local on my machine. So it is pushing. Corey, thank you for that. I completely forgot that we've been running locally off my machine this whole time, and that I actually need to push my code to production. So this is doing that. Hopefully we don't run into any issues here, and then it'll work. And you'll get to hear that awesome noise too. This thing has sound effects, lots of achievements, lots of ways to earn coins. I've added things like wager limits too, so that people aren't running away with it like Mr. Smoofy has done here on our leaderboard. But yeah, okay, we're building stuff up. Oh boy. All those changes I just made. Let's see if I can save them. Probably not. All those changes I just made to this, those are gone. Like those changes I made to like roulette position. I didn't bring those down. Not a big deal. I can add them again, but the link in the whisper did work. Oh, well, that's good. Even on bottom, top. Yeah, see, I lost those things because I didn't move this stuff up. Wasn't thinking. That's okay. Profile default doesn't have AWS. Ask configure. Why is it null? Allow. Yeah, I want that. Let's try that again. Apparently my AWS stuff was a little wonky. What else can go wrong here? Yeah, that's weird, Mr. Smooth. Yeah, I'm pushing the code up right now, so nothing's going to happen until all this is done. And then it should work. It's got to deploy all my code up to Lambda. Yeah, I would think that would be the case too. Alexa, open Chatsino.
Welcome to the Chatsino. You currently have 17,954 coins available. What would you like to do?
Stop.
Goodbye.
Awesome. It's working. It's working. Cool. So here's the thing that I'll ask of all of you that are beta testing. I would love to be able to know what's going wrong. So if you feel like something broke or you got an error or anything, if you can tell me what you were saying when it happened, that will help me out a ton. I think one of the other things that I could do is if we go into very, very early index, in here in my error handler, it would be good if I was logging my errors. So if we came into our handlers, which are here, we said error. Oh, it still says, Jeff, there was an error. So we'll leave that in there for now. But what I'd like to do, I should probably be logging these errors. But here we go. So let's go, if we can look at our data now. Look at that, new user, we've got one. That's got to be Mr. Smoofy. So in fact, we'll, I don't want to do that yet, but we're going to have a way where you can like join your account. So there's another one, new account. We've got people gambling. Yeah, as you get a feel for using it, I'm expecting you guys are going to have a lot of improvements and feature requests. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see, what did Mr. Smoofy go with first? Oh, he's only talked to it. He hasn't played any games yet. This person has played poker first and has 50 wagered. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so log this stuff down. If you want to send it to me just as private messages on Twitch, or if you have my email address, any of that is awesome. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys are running into and the way you say things and all that stuff will be super helpful. We've got 3 users. Super cool. So you guys can see what's happening here. The Chatsino email is great. Yeah, that's fine. It all goes to the same inbox. We've got people playing games, though. This is awesome. It is two-word invocation, W. Giorgio. It just doesn't look like it. If you look at my actual invocation name, it's Chatsino. 2 words. Chatsino. I'm getting away with syllables. We'll see if I can actually get away with that. But because I'm making up a word, it seems like I probably could. But that's my 2-word invocation name. So we'll see if they let me get away with that when I try to certify, but that's my plan. All right, well, with that, I'm going to let you guys play for a little bit. I would love any feedback you get, any thoughts, anything that makes it better, faster, improves the experience would be awesomer. You know what would be cool if all of those things are on the table. So please play with it when you have an opportunity and share anything you've got. Look at that. Mr. Smoofy already winning. 166 coins. We've got all this data. He hit a pair. Well, I'm thinking this is you. I don't know that this is actually you. Actually, I apologize. You might be this one down here. I don't actually know whose IDs are whose. And I forgot this table sorts them. You were the first one in, but now that they've been sorted, I don't know whose is whose. But somebody hit a pair. Corey hit the 168. Awesome. So what I want to do right now is like write your usernames in, but when we get to Twitch, I want you to be able to join your accounts, and so I'll need that empty. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. We just published, so I'm not in a good position to continue working on code, but this is crazy awesome that we've got other people playing this other than me. So give it a run over the next day, 2, whatever, and let me know. I'm going to also check this one more time. Any other private messages? No other private messages. So if anybody else, I'll give you one last chance. If anybody else would like to get in on the beta of this voice-based casino, send me a direct message here on Twitch, and I will send you a link to get in. And if not, we'll do it tomorrow. I'm probably going to replace some of this bottom footer here where it says Blankenberg builds and all the icons and stuff. I'll probably replace some of that with, if you'd like to get in the beta, do this. So we have some instructions for all that. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap up for today because I don't have more progress to make right now. But I would love all of your feedback as much as I possibly can. So thank you guys so much. This is super cool. And we'll probably beta test it for about 2 weeks as I continue to add some of these cleanup and extra features. And then we will hopefully publish by the end of the month and have it available for the public, hopefully by right after Halloween, maybe? We'll see. All right, so with that, thank you guys all so much. Have some fun in the casino. I'll leave it running here in the chat if you want to play that one. And I'll see you tomorrow.